Welcome to the demonstration of new functionality within Mastertrim 15 that will allow users to leverage the existing sketch editing tools within CAD to update and clean up the flat patterns that Mastertrim creates. Here's an example of a situation that might need cleanup. Perhaps the surface has issues or there's some simulation problems and the resulting flat pattern has some issues in it that some minor cleanup might result in a good pattern that can be used for manufacturing. Here, simple sketch editing tools that already exist within CAD can be used to just easily update the sketch on the cut line and the sew line. Next time you start Mastertrim, as you can see, notifications are given and a status is presented that will introduce the user to what has been updated and changed on the sketch. The pattern is automatically updated so that the edges and the sew lines are recreated. All the previously created design sew lines are updated and all the highlighting and definitions are now correct. As you can see, cycling through the sew lines, design sew line 8 is updated to include the edited curves in the sketch. Another example of an edit that could be performed on a sketch is moving the notches or adding new notches to a pattern. There are several use cases within the seating industry and pattern generation that could result in you wanting to move some notches around and adding additional notches within the sketch in 2D. Here, simply edited the first sketch, moved the notch, added a new notch, and now on the corresponding sketch, we're going to do the same thing, add a new notch and move a notch. And then the next time you start Mastertrim, you'll see that it's not a notification is given to describe what has been updated and what has been created. Now the user can simply update and, and add the attributes to the notches that were created. In this case, we're making a notch a 3x5 V notch. The notches, that dimension is a little different than the notches around it so that we can highlight the different notches that we just created. As we zoom in here, you can see that the additional notches have been updated, have been created on these two patterns. These two types of changes, editing sew lines and editing notches, adding sew lines, adding notches, are common use cases for our Mastertrim users so that they don't have to leverage external 2D software all the time for minor cleanup and for minor changes to the patterns that Mastertrim generates. They can stay within the CAD system, make the changes quickly to the sketches, and continue on their workflow. Other use cases within the industry to leverage this functionality includes things such as extending a pattern to create an internal loop in the pattern, editing a pattern to account for covering an area of the part that may not be modeled in 3D, moving notches around for easing and gathering, and several other use cases that editing the sketch in 2D can be useful. This concludes a demonstration of the new functionality within Mastertrim 15 that will allow the editing of the flat pattern sketches within the CAD system.